The family of Charles Byers has made their stance clear. They want the public to see the moments leading up to when their mentally ill son was shot and killed by Chesterfield police.
I think it's so good to have other eyes outside of the police department, outside of the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, to look and see, because there is more than one opinion, and people do see things differently.
The shooting happened back in July after a neighbor called 911 to report that Byers attempted to break into her home, and he had told her he thought it was his own house. The shooting was justified by Commonwealth's attorney Erin Barr. She concluded the officers had reason to fear for their safety and the safety of neighbors who could have possibly been in the area. But police say they are not releasing the body camera video.
I am certain that the public would be shocked to see what happened on this video.
We've seen the footage. The 45-second interaction shows Byers backing away from officers nearly the entire time as they approach him. He's holding a hatchet down by his side and doesn't raise it above his waist. Police tell him to drop it numerous times, but he does not. Byers turns his head to the side, and that's when an officer shoots at him 5 times. Byers then turns around to run away, and the officer shoots him 2 more times at his back. While his parents don't want to watch the video themselves, they believe there's value in showing it to others.
I think it's important that anybody who works in law enforcement or healthcare or anything like that has an opportunity to see what a mental health crisis looks like and learn how best to react and respond to people in that crisis.
Upon the conclusion of the criminal investigation, their attorney, Paul Curley, requested the video under the Freedom of Information Act. He cites the FOIA code that grants families of deceased victims access to investigative records. However, Chesterfield police rejected the request. They say the materials have already been provided to Curley as part of a protective order. The records were subpoenaed in the family's lawsuit against HCA Healthcare and Richmond Police, alleging that they improperly removed and released Byers from Chippenham Hospital while he was under a temporary detention order just 36 hours before his death. But Curley argues that FOIA and the protective order are 2 different things that serve 2 different purposes.
And they're essentially evading or circumventing their obligation under FOIA.
New court filings show that Chesterfield wants an extended seal on the records, which essentially shields them from public dissemination. They say it's necessary because the 1,500-plus files contain confidential personal identifying information and personnel information. Curley disputes the necessity of it, and in his own filings, he accuses the police of using the entry of a protective order in this case to sidestep its mandatory FOIA obligation.
FOIA was enacted for a purpose, and that is basically to make government more transparent. And Chesterfield is doing everything they can to thwart the spirit and purpose of FOIA.
And I reached out to a county attorney for a response and have not yet heard back. Now, just this afternoon, the judge ruled that Curley is correct in stating that FOIA and a protective order are separate. However, the judge did maintain that even upon receipt of relevant records through a FOIA request, those records should still be treated as confidential if they qualify. I'm Tyler Lane for CBS 6 News.